And we're live. Afternoon. Afternoon. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. Hey, I don't know if you noticed, but my couch is kind of clean. Even though the dogs have started a new hole. Hey, it was free to me. I don't care. I mean, I do care. I've been reprimanding for that because the new couch, even though it won't have a thin spot in the leather that they found and decided they wanted to make like their mattress. Um, yeah. So today, financially not that great. $180, 40 of which was bank. So I make 140 bucks a day. Probably use $10 worth of fuel, and then 140 bucks, 20%, 150, $30 worth. So I made actually $110 a day in 4 hours. Hell, I don't even think no, I didn't work that. I worked 3 hours a day. That's still at $35 an hour. My nut for living in this house is $50 a day. That includes everything: food, car insurance, cell phone, internet, electricity, water, food. So I'm good, fucking good. And I bought a monitor. I, I probably spent like I probably spent like $230 a day. But I've got some Amazon returns coming back, and probably another $80 in return on that. So not really worried. Not really worried. That's still happening. And all I have to do is get up, get dressed, and throw positive energy into the world. And the world throws back pieces of paper to me. So I'm not worried. I'm not. Because like I told my dad, if it ever gets to be where I can't make a living on my own, no job's going to save me because that's not going to be there either. I used to like this. This used to be, yeah, back in the 80s and the early 90s. This was a good imported beer. But now since the beer revolution has happened, man, that's like nothing. I know you are keep coming and going, but if you're gonna come, put something in comments. Talk to me. I'd love to make conjecture with you. I would love to elucidate. I would love to elaborate. I I'm an open book. Ask me just about anything. I'm about moving forward. Limitless possibilities. Second chances for most people. Right now, I'm waiting for my rice and beans to get done. Tonight's a straight staple night. No steak, no fish, just straight. Well, okay, all right. I cooked some sausage to put in the steak into the rice and beans tonight. Things are moving up. I don't know if you've seen a video about the new guardhouse I have. And eventually, I get wealthy enough to be a sheriff's park, a sheriff's car parked next to a real guardhouse at the end of a half-mile long driveway with my mansion at the end of the driveway. And the backyard would be another 300 or 400 acres. I actually found 500 acres for, I think it was $180,000. Got a nice little stream to it, river. It doesn't have a. I need a little bit more downward slope, but I want to be able to do some hydro power off of the water source, and of course have the water source come into. I can divert some of it to use for my own personal use. Therefore, I have no water bill and no electric bill. And then I'm wanting to set up a. I found a 1 megawatt wind power generating station for I think it was $180,000. Great synergies. 100. Everything costs $180,000. And I think it's going to cost another $20,000 to transport all the parts, and then probably another $50,000 to pour the concrete pad, and then all the wires. So all in, probably $450,000. But but almost 24 hours a day, it produces $150 worth of income selling power to the grid. And that's passive income. That's super passive income. Which is that? Let me see. 1 megawatt is 1 million watts. Which is 1,000 kilowatt hours. 1,000 times. I think that. So the rate around here is 0.14, and they're going to make some profit. So I think it's probably about 9 cents is what they pay you. $90 an hour. And how many hours are there in a year? Uh, 8,600. So let's say it makes power 3/4 of the time. Oh, 9,000 for rough math. That's 250. 3/4, 250 is 200. So, fuck. 1,000 by 4. 9,000 times what? So, 0. Should be close enough. 6,300 times 90. $567,000. So this thing pays for itself in the first year. It makes me roughly $80,000 the first year. But every year after that, it makes $567,000. Booyah! Passive income for life, baby. And then I don't have an electric bill. And when marijuana becomes legal in North Carolina for recreational use, I'll have power for my pot farm. So even if I don't sell it all back to the grid, I won't have a power bill for my pot farm. Pure profit, baby. No electric bill, no water bill for the pot farm. Raise some cattle, a goat, Hey, got all that land, 2 or 3 hundred for cattle and goat and sheep. That means I don't pay for my milk. I don't pay for my meat. I don't pay for my cheese. I'll get processing plant for cheese. I'll get a processing plant for the cattle. I'll get a processing plant for the goat, and I'll make wool sweaters right here. I'll start a fucking wool factory. That means all my clothes are free. I love wool. Oh, maybe I'll start making suits too, custom tailored from farm to table. Everything. Nice big garden. Grow my own organic pesticide free tomatoes, corn, everything that a man needs to live. And I sell all the excess to the marketplace, and I employ hundreds of people. That's the point. I get to give back to society by employing people and giving really, really good jobs. As long as what the end result is, I live for free and have nice shit out of it. Grow some hops for the beer and some barley. Make my own beer. I like employing people. I have two right now, two employees. But unfortunately, they're not working out. So um, they try the whole friend ploy, but it's not working. They're acting like friends. Words, yes, many words. But only call me when they need money. And if the power tools they used yesterday and just how happened to need today don't show up tomorrow when the light of day is there, I'll flee this thing. Bye bye. Your services are no longer needed. I hate to be that way, but I can't. If you can't be honest with me, you need money? Tell me. I'll do all the best I can to help you. Don't loan money, and you ain't going to steal from me. I'll find something that need to be done around here. Trust me. There are hundreds of hours of work to be done around this property. I can't always afford it. When you come here, you work hard, and you don't stand around smoking cigarettes and slow working. Fucking yeah, slow rolling ain't it, man. I pay $25 an hour, sort of, kind of. But it usually ends up to be anywhere between $25 an hour. Don't be slow rolling my shit, man. I've got other shit that needs to be done. And you aren't a businessman. you're a businessman, you approach me how a businessman approaches another person. I need a roof built for the slide in. What I expect is drawings and diagrams and propositions. Not no bullshit about like the back of a piece of cardboard and just list. And just list. Explain to me why you need each piece and how you're going to do it and why it's going to work and how it's going to make it more durable and maybe even make some improvements and say this is what it's going to cost and make and show material is going to cost 185. um I'm going to do it for $500 and I'll give you 500 fucking dollars. You get that shit done as quickly as possible. But you're not a business. You don't make propositions and show me diagrams and why exactly each piece of material is needed and then give me a itemized list. That's how you operate a business. And then you don't dodge a subject for days. If I don't know how much it costs, I don't know how much to put towards it. So I probably can't use it in the long run. That's it. Love you. Great people. Hey there, how you doing? Come on in here. Talk to me for a minute. This session is sponsored by Heineken. We're just sitting around Spodioti, and I was looking at my big picture right here earlier. I got to get a couple more of these. One that's like a calendar. I've done really good about getting my thoughts organized and down on writing, down in writing, which is making it one step closer to fruition. You can't write it down. If you can dream it, you can do it. But you got to get it from up here in the ether into your head and out of your head into the material world. There's a material world. I have something to focus on and put my energies into. You know what? If you're going to come in here and watch, say hello. Let me know who you are. If not, get the fuck out of here. You know, I don't mean to be harsh, but I'm putting this energy out in the universe in the hopes that I can find some like-minded people. I'm going to get off here and get some dinner. Y'all have a great thing. Peace, love, happiness. You know the rest.